Welcome to Season 2, Episode 39 of the Bulls REKAP Podcast. I'm Joe Cowley of the Chicago Sun-Times. You could follow me at suntimes.com. You could pick up a newspaper, which is even better, and have an old school soul to yourself. Or you could follow me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it these days, at jcowleyhoops. The draft is in the review mirror. And let me get into the Bulls first. We're going to have some grades handed out, top 5 grades, bottom 5 grades. We'll see if the Bulls are in either one. But draft night was probably the more exciting draft night I've had in a while covering this team, and I think this is year 14, 15, somewhere in there. And the reason is because you're getting dudes. You're finally getting possible dudes. Now, I'm not saying these guys are elite franchise seismic game changers, but they have the chance to be, and that's always a good thing. And so what I liked was Bryson Graham, kind of had that end of the Godfather 1 where he just took care of a lot of family business all at once, 24-hour period, but all at once. The Nick Claxton trade the night before the draft, I thought was pretty solid, just because Tiago Splitter has a relationship with Claxton from their days in Brooklyn when he was an assistant head coach. And then less than 24 hours later, you get another tall rim protector, way more athletic than Claxton, and obviously a piece that is being looked at as a foundation piece in Caleb Wilson with pick number 4. And then pick 15, you kind of stick to your guns, your slap guns of size, length, athleticism, physicality, and Dalen Swain from Texas. Slasher, has a chance to be an elite two-way player, has made improvements each year from 2 years at Xavier and then his 1 year at Texas. Led the Longhorns like in every category, which that's not easy for a college kid to do. So one of the things I asked Bryson Graham was, did you feel like he couldn't talk about the Claxton deal specifically, but did you feel like that deal and then the 2 picks instantly established what you wanted this Bulls culture to be? So I think we have a sound bite on that.
We're getting there. You're definitely not where we want to be, but we're establishing an identity. I think that's really important for this organization, especially where we're at right now. Both Caleb and Dalen, they fit the bill. We're not addressing every skill yet. A lot of people might, where's the shooting at, and things of that nature. And I'm not typically worried about that right now. There's just a certain mentality and a certain profile in a way that Coach Tiago and myself want to play, and we feel like today was a good layer for that.
I mean, that's important because that's kind of hard, considering the slate and the clean canvas, the empty canvas that Graham was working with. To add 3 pieces that you feel really good about and do that in 24 hours and instantly all of a sudden, and is Swain a big combo guard? Is he a small forward in certain lineups? Let's just pretend like he's a starter right now. He's your 2, 6'7", 2. Josh Giddey, a 6'8", 1. Modest, 6'9", 6'10", number 3. Caleb Wilson, 6'9", 6'10", number 4. Claxton, 6'10", 6'11", middle guy who a couple years ago had 2.5 blocks per game. I mean, that's a culture change. That is okay, Josh Giddey. We know you are kind of our version of Luka from the standpoint of not the greatest one-on-one defender, but we got dudes behind you. So if you get blown by, we got guys that'll help you out. We'd like you to be a great team defender, but we got guys that could help you out. So that's huge. And then you got Swain, who you could say, hey, whoever their best wing is, whoever their best backcourt guy is, you eliminate him from the game plan. So, and again, I don't think Dalen Swain is going to be ready to start. He'll probably be a rotation guy. You never know. That kind of 2-guard vacancy is kind of sitting there. So yeah, I thought that was important to ask because it's hard to do. I mean, it's hard in 24 hours to say this is our new identity. And I've got dudes to back up that identity. So kudos to Bryson Graham. I thought he did a great job with that. So where do they stack up as Professor Cowley hands out his class pets, top 5, and the 5 guys I like to kick the hell right out of classroom and tell them thanks for playing. We'll go 5 to 1 in each category. So let's go top grades. Number 5, I got Golden State. I give them an A-. Yaxel Lendenberg he's got some immaturity issues for his age of being a 23, 24-year-old grown-ass man. That's kind of come out leading up to the draft. Guess what? You're going to grow up real quick when Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry are your mentors. Because they'll punch you. Well, at least 2 of them will. 2 of them will punch you in the face. That's been proven. So, plug and play type guy, add some physicality and bulk to that front court. Doesn't really help, I think, close the gap in the West because of how big some of those elite teams got in this draft. But, Golden State, hey, this is your last stand with this group. And you add a guy who's older than a lot of the other guys in the draft, a little more developed physically. So I thought that was a great pick, gave them an A-. Number 4, this is where the Bulls fall in. An A-. If you would have given me number 4, number 15, and a guy in round 2 that I liked, it's an A, solid A. And then you're sitting in that number 2, number 3 as far as highest grades in the class. We'll get to the second round in Cowley Island, exactly what happened. Everybody knows. They drafted Brandon Smith from Purdue, traded him for Cam Jones, former Marquette product with Indiana, future swap of picks, a little bit of cash. And then with that second pick, I think it was 56th overall, they traded that for cash considerations. Don't have a problem with that. I know some people do because it brings back bad memories of an old regime. But we'll get back to that Cowley Island. But for what they did, A-, 4th best team in the Cowley grading scale. Number 3, OKC. The rich get richer. Solid A. They picked before this next team that's going to be number 2, and they basically said, okay, you got your big 7'4" French alien. We've got our big 7'3" Spaniard, Ademara. Out of Michigan, and along with Chet Holmgren, Hartenstein, we don't know his future, but now we have 3 bigs, 7 feet or taller, or close to 7 feet in Hartenstein's, in his case, and we are going to physically try and beat up Wemby. We're going to take that model that we saw the Knicks do, where it was Cat until it mattered, and then it was a lot of Mitchell Robinson and even OG, and just body after body, physicality after physicality. Unless the French kid's in the weight room and all of a sudden looks like Conan the Barbarian next year, we feel like we have a remedy for him. Which brings us to number 2 in this chess match, this arms race that went on. The San Antonio Spurs. I see your Ademara, and I raise you a Jaden Quaintance, and then I raise you a Terrace Reed. 2 more bigs coming to the Spurs. 1, if the knee is healthy, and Quaintance is a ridiculous elite shot blocking, athletic pain in the butt, where you could actually say, we're going to go with this jumbo lineup where Wemby is our 4. Good luck with that. Good luck matching up with that. I love the fact that OKC and the Spurs are drafting to counter each other, knowing that, or feeling like, hey, Cooper Flag's coming. The Mavericks are coming with that front court of Lively, Johnson now from Michigan, Gafford, but they're not there. They're not there with us. They don't have the skill up front. They may have some dogs up front, some length up front, but they're not there yet. These dudes feel like, no, we know we have to get through each other, and that's what we're going to do. So I loved it. It was just old school Western showdown. Loved it. So, but that brings us to our number one team. The lone A+ Professor Cowley's handing out. The Memphis Grizzlies. When's the last time you said, damn, the Memphis Grizzlies really had a smart day? Because there's been a lot of dumb days out of Memphis lately, the last couple of years. Not their fault in some cases. You know, you got a point guard who kind of got out of control, and his dad, and just a lot of weirdness. And but Cameron Boozer, said it before, could end up being the best player out of this draft class. Everyone's like, well, he's a high floor, lower ceiling type guy out of the other four guys. I don't believe that yet. Ceiling's pretty damn high with Cameron Boozer. Then, no Euros going until Kareem Lopez. They go ahead and get Kareem Lopez in the 20s. People were talking about Lopez maybe 13, 14, 15. They go get Kareem Lopez. And then Richie Saunders, that's a sneaky good pick. Just kind of a dead-eye shooter out of BYU. He could kind of get his own shot. That was their second-round pick. I thought that was pretty smart. So, kudos to them for just understanding the assignment and getting the assignment done. So, yeah, they're the lone A+. Loved it. Loved everything about their again, like the Bulls kind of changed the Bulls are more of a clean slate. Memphis was like a scared straight program that hadn't gone through the course yet. And to be able to flip that attitude and bring some guys in there that feel like adults and that the nonsense might be exiting stage left, and do that in a 2-day period of the draft, Tuesday and Wednesday. Awesome. Then the caveat of all this, and again, was supposed to be based mostly on draft picks, but because they used second-round draft collateral to do this, to go get Isaiah Stewart from Detroit and give up 3 second-round picks, it almost made me step back and go, wow, what, Bryson, could you have done that? Now I get this. Isaiah Stewart might not be the perfect mix of what they want from an influential standpoint. Look, because he wants to just punch you in the head. But you bump him wrong, you stare at him wrong, he's looking to take you out. Maybe they don't want that in the locker room with such young guys. Maybe Nick Claxton is a better influence on these young guys. Modest, Caleb Wilson. So it could have come down to that. But the fact that Memphis goes and gets another big physical presence up front in Isaiah Stewart and just use second-round picks to do it, loved it. I loved everything about it. A+. Congrats, Memphis. It's very seldom that you are getting an A+ for anything, but there you go, A+. All right. The guys wearing the dunce caps. We'll go 5-1 again. Number 5, Indiana, D+. It's almost like they made the trade with the Bulls in the second round. They sent Cam Jones out. Braden Smith, he's a couple inches taller than me, and I'm not taking away from what he does. He sees the floor. He's a playmaker, assist guy, can shoot it a little bit. I just don't know where he fits. It feels like he's just another TJ McConnell, poor man's, because we don't know what he's going to be. You didn't have a lot of draft capital. I get it, but underwhelming. It felt like, hey, he's from Purdue. We're Indiana. Let's go get the hometown kid and appease the fans. The secret sauce for Indiana is health. Is Tyrese Halliburton ready to come back? Are all those other guys, Nembhard and Siakam, ready to, again, make that kind of charge towards the Eastern Conference Championship that they made 2 years ago? D+. The other D+, New Orleans. Deron Pierre in the second round. I get it. You mortgaged your future last year with the Derek Queen deal, and you might be patting yourself on the back and saying, all they got Asa Newell last year, and they got Kingston Fleming this year with our pick. I think Kingston Fleming has a chance to be a really nice lead guard for a team that was in the playoffs and really lacked a lead guard. So I don't think you got one over like you think you did. And then, rumors about trading Zion, rumors about, reshaping this thing and starting to build out of the muck. If Zion gets hurt again, this is a bottom 3 team, which means you have no first-round pick next year. So 1, 2, and 3, the odds are really hard to get a number one pick with the new draft lottery odds that are coming out. So, yeah, D plus. Houston, D. Hey, Thornton is a superhuman being, probably one of the nicest guys in the draft, 4-year captain at Ohio State. But what are you, Houston? 2 years ago, you were the next big thing that was going to be a dynasty killer. You were KD and all these guys, and I get it. The Fred VanVleet injury was huge. It took away your main guy. But you did nothing. You could have got Ayo. You could have got Kobe White. You just sat there and said, no, we got enough. And now I don't know what direction you're going. Rumors that you might trade KD. I don't know what you're doing. But the Rockets went from the next big thing in the West to a team that looks like they're a play-in team with confusion of direction. So, number 2, not a team, people, agents of chaos. Agents of chaos get a D. There are some people that love to see big trades, big swings, reaching for guys falling, looking like they're about to cry. There was very, very little of that in this draft. It was pretty easy to mock those that were tuned in to the draft special we did with the crime dog, and Katie was there, and don't remember the young kid's name, but he was there. And it was pretty easy to say, okay, they can go here or there. Okay, this is where the guard run is. Okay. And Bryson Graham said after there was teams interested in 4. We weren't interested in giving up 4. And there were teams interested in 15. Supposedly, OKC was looking at Swain and wanted to jump into 15, and the Bulls said no. So congrats to them. If you got a guy that OKC wants, you got a guy. So Agents of Chaos, sorry. It was not the crap show you were hoping for. It was pretty by the book. Everyone had a guy that they liked or a position they liked. And it was pretty easy to say, okay, OKC, you want to battle Wemby? Mara's sitting there, probably going to go there. Or, okay, here's the run of guards. Oh, Nate Ament, he's been rumored to go to Milwaukee. It wasn't with their first-round pick, but it was with their second first-round pick a couple picks later. So, yeah, there just wasn't a lot of shock and a lot of surprise. I don't mind that. When you got a deep draft like this, every asset is important. So you're not just playing fantasy football general manager, crazy drunk guy at the draft party. So, kudos to all the teams for having a plan, sticking that plan. Number 1, Denver Nuggets, D-. I like what they did in the second round. The Bulls were even rumored to be looking at Brazil. So I don't have a problem with that pick. What I have a problem is Denver continued, much like Houston, but Denver did it. They were a championship team, and we were all saying this is a future dynasty. Joker's MVP. Aaron Gordon is now a 2-way player and a great Robin to Joker's Batman. Jamal Murray is he's not playoff Jimmy, he's playoff Jamal, and he's just a different dude come playoff time. And they're going to keep adding pieces, and they're smart with the draft, and it's gone. It's over. Sorry, Denver. I don't even look at Denver as a top 4 team in the West right now. Just don't see it. I don't know what they are. I don't know what the plan is. D-. Thought if there was a team that would try and take a big swing and say, okay, let's take advantage of the talent we have instead of worrying about apron issues, it would be the Nuggets. They did not. D-. Dunce cap. Get out. Go see the principal. All right, let's go to Cowley. Second round. I don't want to say the honeymoon ended for Bryson Graham in the second round, but you're damn well sure there was a little spat on the honeymoon, a couple hours of a silent treatment. It's not the end of the world. I mean, here's okay. Anyone didn't know they had 2 second-round picks. I would have, first of all, Ryan, I know everyone's cash considerations. The second pick was traded to the Lakers for cash considerations. And then everyone blames the Reinsdorfs. Reinsdorfs are cheap. The Reinsdorfs had nothing to do with this. This was a Bryson Graham production. He had full autonomy. This was his draft class, his decision-making. He did not fall in love with anyone in that second round, obviously, and said, why am I going to waste a body? I've got $32 million in cap space, still near the top of all the other teams in spending come free agency next week. Why am I going to waste a body? So he sold it. Got some cash. And then with the second pick, 38, I believe, drafted Braden Smith from Purdue. And then traded him to Indiana for Cam Jones. Look, Cam Jones at Marquette, lefty guard, had some moments, had one season where he did shoot over 40% from three. Last year, his first year, his rookie year, didn't get a lot of run, got criticized. I don't even have it written down, 26%, 29% from three-point range, not good enough. And he doesn't fill your slap, your size, length, athleticism, physicality. He does have some physicality, but he's not a great one-on-one defender. He's more of a team defender, even though he's got that Marquette Bulldog beating into him. Maybe Bryson Graham saw something in him last year when he was in Atlanta and he was going through the scouting process. Maybe there's something they do like about him, some kind of value. Too early to say. I'll give the benefit of the doubt. But people that are losing their minds, same old Bulls, same old Bulls, same old Bulls, cash consideration, Reinsdorfs are cheap. It's not that. It's not, first of all, it's not that deep. And secondly, it's not that. So it felt like old Bulls. It was not old Bulls. It was the circumstances that Bryson Graham saw in front of him. He's shown me, at least so far, I will give a little benefit of the doubt because I know free agency starts next week. And we'll let Bryson cook. Let Bryson cook. All right. Class of 26 is in the books. Anyone that's watched, listened to this podcast the last couple of years knows my love affair with the class of 25 and the class of 26. Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple, Dylan Harper last year, VJ Edgecombe, loved VJ Edgecombe. And then obviously this year, there was a lot of guys in this class I liked. The knock is 27 is dismal. 28 even worse. I'm here to tell you, 27 starting to get a little pulse, a little boop boop on the old machine. We're starting to see a heartbeat. It is not 25. It is not 26, but it is also not DOA. 28 might be DOA. Guys could, again, we're talking about 17, 18-year-olds. We're not who comes back, Euros that we don't fully know yet. So much can change. Guys that reclassify. But I got 5 guys for the class of 27. I like them. I like them all. Number 5. I was hoping he was going to stay in the draft. Braylon Mullins, UConn superhero, freshman, won them the Natty with the shot heard around the Natty. Won them a trip to the Natty. Pure shooter, tall, decided to go back to school. I think he would have probably been 15 to 22. Now he has a chance to be top 5, top 7. So I get it, but keep an eye on him this year. Second year at UConn. See what he can do. Number 4, Jason Crow Jr. Been going to Missouri. Keep your eye on this kid. Showed out in the McDonald's game. Kind of a combo guard. Can play point, can play off guard, which a couple of these next guys can. But you know who might need that? The Bulls. Caleb Holt, number 3. Love Caleb Holt. Was actually thinking of Caleb Holt, number 2. He was MVP of the McDonald's game. He'll be at Arizona. Combo guard, can shoot it. Has a little dog to him. A lot of things I like about him. Number 2, Jordan Smith Jr. Calipari got another one. He will be at Arkansas. There's some back and forth with, is it Holt? Is it Smith Jr.? Is it the number one guy? Number one guy, as of right now, has it pretty much locked in. We shall see. He is going to Kansas. Tyran Stokes, the only non-guard of the last four guys of the high school or the incoming freshman. Obviously, he'll be at Kansas. He's more pure small forward, wing, big guard possibly, but he's had a really good summer. Keep an eye on him. He's the number one guy. So that's it. I got Stokes, Smith Jr., Holt, Crow, Mullins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a couple Euros that could jump in there, but the class of 27 starting to get a pulse. Keep an eye on it. Remember, the goal, if you're an NBA team, the goal is not to be first worst, second worst, or third worst. If you're going to be bad, be between 4 and play-in area, because they're all even odds there. 1, 2, and 3, a lot tougher odds. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with the class of 27. Thought I'd get some names out there so you can start watching, start paying attention. We got free agency next week. Next week. So June 30th, they can start talking, tampering, whatever you want to call it, and then it kicks off. It's going to be interesting. Are the Bulls a dumping ground for contracts to collect draft assets? Do they covet this class of 27? They might show their hand a little bit and say, yeah, no, we think there's some dudes in there, especially with all the combo guards that kind of fit what we're thinking. So we shall see. And until then, I got next.